Well, hello Rockhounds, Lapidary lovers, Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. And today we have a box that we're going to unpack. This is a box from my buddy Jim out in Arizona. And he sent me this. Jim is my main mentor in all things lapidary. Jim has been doing this stuff his entire life. He told me stories about being 14 years old and rock tumbling and getting in trouble with his father. And Jim is considerably older than I am, so he's definitely been doing this his entire life. He's very, very good at it. He's made a living in lapidary, okay? And Jim is a very generous guy. He's a great patron of this channel. He's a great patron of all three of my channels. And he has sent me another box. And we're going to unpack this box and see what he sent me. Now, like I said, Jim's a very generous guy, and he saw in my previous video that I was talking about how I was tumbling a bunch of petrified wood to have it ready for the Tampa Bay Fossil Club's charity auction. And he said, well, I'm going to send you a box of stuff you can put in that auction too. I want to help out. So that's the kind of guy Jim is. He'll give you the shirt off his back. So I've had a peek in here, but I haven't really dug too deep into it. Jim was kind enough to leave sort of a cheat sheet of what's in here. And I called him up last night just to double check the disposition on some of this stuff. He wants me to have some of it, and most of it he wants to go into the club auction. So we're going to unpack all these rocks and stuff and see exactly what we've got here, see exactly what Jim has sent. And like I said, I've had a peek, but I haven't seen everything. So here's a nice piece of Eden Valley Petrified wood. Let me zoom in a bit. From Wyoming. Also known as Blue Forest Petrified wood. Thank you, Jim. I'm sure this will sell very well at the auction. I will label it as such so people know exactly what it is. And they will be willing to open their wallets generously for this, I'm sure. Let's see what else we've got. What is in here? Yeah, but I haven't looked at all of this stuff yet. So what we have here is a bag of scrap Brazilian agate. And Jim sends me these from time to time to use as tumbling media in my tumblers. Thank you very much, Jim. So he sent this to me. Jim sells these on his eBay site. And I will put a link to his eBay site in the video description. It's also called Orcart Lapidary if you just want to go to eBay and look it up. And he sells some amazing stuff. He's got some really amazing stuff on there, let me tell you. But he also sells this scrap Brazilian agate tumbling media. It is great stuff. You want to tumble your rocks as shiny as you can get them. This is a good media to use right here. Thanks again, Jim. Let's see what we got here. Another piece of the Eden Valley Petrified wood. Blue Forest Petrified wood. You can actually get a little bit of the hint of the blue color here. I imagine if I were to cut into it a little bit, maybe we can expose some more blue up here. It looks like there's a little bit of it peeking out through the matrix. But I'm not going to cut this. I'm just going to put it up for sale as is. And I think people will be very interested in this. So yeah, the club thanks you, Jim. This will sell well, I'm sure. What else have we got here? This feels like more of the agate. Yeah, this feels like another bag of the scrap Brazilian agate. Yep. I'm going to be doing a lot of tumbling. Thank you, Jim. Let's see what's down here. I know what this is from the feel of it. Oh, yeah. Jim is a fixture at the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show every year. He goes down there and he sells a bunch of stuff. And one thing he sells a lot of, which he says sell like hotcakes, is ingots of aluminum and copper that he pours himself in his backyard. And I've been to his backyard. He's got a heck of a foundry set up out there. And any scrap aluminum or copper he can find, he turns into these ingots. A couple pound ingot of aluminum here. And he says these just sell like crazy at the Gem and Mineral Show. Well, we're going to put this in the auction for the Tampa Bay Fossil Club, and we'll see how well it sells. Yes, the club thanks you, Jim. It's wonderful. What do we got here? This feels like more scrap agate. And it is more scrap agate. Wonderful. Thank you. And what have we here? I don't think I've seen this yet. Whatever it is. Oh! Oh my goodness. This deserves a close-up. This deserves a close-up. This must be, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, this must be the Arkansas green wavelite that you were telling me about on the phone that you collected a long, long time ago and have been holding on to. I need to give you a close-up look at this. This is an amazing thing. It's all botryoidal on this side, but here you can see inside the bots and see the crazy needle-like crystal structure on it. This is a very cool rock. I think people are going to go gaga over this when they see it. Let me get you a close-up. All right, that's going to be hard to top, but let's see what else is in the box here. Well, Jim sent a lot of goodies. Let's see what's in here. Ooh, that purple color. Look at that. What do we got here? Purple Bertrandite, aka Tiffany Stone. Okay. Thank you for the cheat sheet, Jim. I would have wondered for a while what that is. That is cool though. That's a really cool purple color on that. That might deserve a close up of its own too. All right, what's next? Jim, you're really sending the good stuff. Holy cow. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Laguna Agate, I'm assuming. Is that the Laguna Agate? Yeah. Wow. That that's got a really great polish on it, Jim. You do a good job polishing, let me tell you. Wow. Okay. That deserves a close up too. Everything is so nice. It all deserves its own close up. All right, let's see what's next. The hits just keep coming. My goodness. Doing great so far. Look at that. So this is Uruguayan Amethyst. Uruguayan Amethyst, according to his cheat sheet. That is a nice plate of Uruguayan Amethyst right there. That's beautiful. I think somebody will want to buy that. And of course, it deserves its own close up, too. All right, let's see what's next. Wow. This stuff's even better looking than I thought it was going to be from your cheat sheet and talking to you on the phone, Jim. This is amazing stuff. This is really amazing stuff. What do we got here? Let's look at the cheat sheet. Oh, okay, there we go. One bag African Red Adventurine. Okay, that's what that is. African Red Adventurine. It's been tumbled nicely, too. Very nice. Very nice. Ooh, it's got some sparklies in it, too. Wow. I got some new lights here in the lab. I can see details I haven't seen before in the rocks. They got some sparkly inclusions in them. Very cool. Very cool. So let's see what else we got here. I think it's going to be more Lagoon Agate because he says there's 3 of them here. So this feels like maybe another chunk of agate. We'll see. Yeah, that's another chunk of agate, and in fact, there's 2 chunks in here. Yeah, there we go. There's the other half of it. So there's the other half. There's the 2 halves of the agate right there. And of course, this deserves a close-up. The bands are subtle, but it's very pretty. The colors are very pretty. Wow. Okay, what's down here? It's like a bottomless box. I just keep pulling goodies out. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I bumped the tripod. Let's see here. Goito Agate? Is that how I pronounce that, Jim? That's, your handwriting is almost as bad as mine. My initials are MD, but I'm not a doctor, but I write like one. Okay, that is cool, though. Got the agate around the outside, and we got some feathery quartz crystals on the inside. That is super cool. And those quartz crystals are so transparent, I see way down inside that agate. All right, so again, it deserves its own close-up, its own moment in the spotlight. So we'll do that. What else we got? Oh, ooh, holy moly. Yeah, this box was heavy, and I think a good part of the weight was this thing right here. Wow, this is heavy. I think I know what this is. I got a feeling. Yep. So there's one of Jim's copper ingots. 4.02 pounds, 3/9 fine copper, USA. So Jim melted down a lot of scrap wire to make that. I think somebody's going to want that. Hey, if nothing else, it's going to make a heck of a doorstop. That is one heavy chunk of metal right there. The club thanks you, Jim, for your generous contribution here. And look at this. We got aluminum and we got copper. They're twins. Isn't that cool? Oof, that is a chunk too, let me tell you. Let's see, what do we got here? And another bag of agate, scrap agate. And, oh, I see what you want. You sent me 4 bags, but you want 2 of them to go in the auction. Okay, I see. Okay, so 2 for me and 2 for the auction, because I was only expecting to find 2 bags of agate in here. I think I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jim. Okay. Let's see. And then there's something else in here. This is heavy, too. And this, I think, is for me. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, but I think you sent this for me because I was complaining about the troubles I was having polishing that wonderful 4-piece amethyst you sent me. So you said you were going to send me enough amethyst I could tumble it all by itself. We got a whole big bag full of Brazilian amethyst here that Jim has sent me to practice my tumbling skills. Although these look like they have already been rough tumbled and smoothed out a whole lot. Wow. Yeah. These are going to be pretty once they're all the way through polish. They're kind of pretty now. Wow. Jim, you have outdone yourself with your generosity this time. Let me tell you. This is just amazing. I thank you for this stuff. The Tampa Bay Fossil Club thanks you for this stuff. And I'm sure we're going to raise a lot of money in our auction coming up in a couple of weeks. So thanks, and just can't thank you enough. Can't thank you enough, buddy. Like I always say, if there's anything I can do for you, you just let me know. Because you keep doing stuff for me, and I don't even ask. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So let's see. This stuff here is for me. So here's all the stuff that Jim is donating for our club's auction. A couple bags of scrap agate, the Red African Adventurine, a couple of ingots, one of aluminum and one of copper, a couple of pieces of big pieces, nice pieces of Eden Valley Petrified wood from Wyoming. We got the green Wavelite from with the really amazing green Wavelite from Arkansas. That is, I'm definitely gonna bid on that. We got the plate of Brazilian amethyst here. The Bertrandite, purple Bertrandite, and boy is it purple too. We got a couple of Lagona Agates, very nice. And then we've got this Goito Agate, I guess. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong on the pronunciation. Jim or anybody else watching this, correct me if I'm wrong. Wow. Wow. What rockhound would not like to get their hands on some of this stuff? This is truly amazing. And I know I've said it a lot of times, Jim, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you very much. You're a great guy. All right. Well, let me get this stuff packaged up nicely, and I've got to print up a little something for each of them so they know what they are at the auction, so people can bid on them with confidence, not just say, oh, that's a pretty rock. Of course, that might work too, but, yeah. So let me get that done, and we'll get this stuff sent off so that it can be in the charity auction. And wow, I'm blown away by Jim's generosity. I really am. Of course, I always am every time I open one of his boxes. Great guy, really great guy. So, one more time, thank you, Jim. And if you folks out there found this video at all interesting, educational, informed, inspirational, whatever, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to see my future videos. You're probably going to see some of this scrap agate in use, tumbling stuff. You'll see this Brazilian amethyst getting tumbled. So, yeah, subscribe to see those future videos. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching this one. Thanks again, Jim. Bye.